Hello everybody, I hope you all are well at your home. So let's continue our chapter number 12. See, I have already told you that we will discuss 5 types of books in chapter number 12. So one is purchase book. That we have already done. Next one is sales book. Next is purchase return book. Then sales return book. And the last one is proper journal. Or you can say that journal proper. So this one is done, right? Now I just want to tell that students, the next 3 books are also same. Like we have maintained our purchase book, right? Similarly, we have to maintain our next 3 books, that is sales book, purchase book and sales return book, right? The difference is there. The difference is only in the 2 columns. See, the date column will be same, particulars column will be same. Here invoice number. For purchase book and sales book, we have to use invoice number. Why invoice? Because whether purchase is on credit or sales is on credit, we have the there is invoice which is to be issued, right? Then we have to use invoice number for these 2 books. But in case of purchase return book, we all know that the source document that is to be issued in case of purchase book, that is debit note. That is debit note. And in case of sales return, the source document which is to be issued is credit note. So here we have to make changes. Suppose I am maintaining purchase return book. So firstly you have to write down on the top, that is in the books of whatever the name is given. Then purchase return book. Then these 2 columns will be same. You have to make changes in this column. Here you have to write down its debit note number. Like this you have to write. Then the column ledger folio, that is same for everything. Then details, that will also be same. Then sales. See, if you are making purchase return book, then you have to write here purchase returns. Means in 4 books, if you will maintain these 4 books, the treatment is same for every book. We just have to record the date. We just have to write the description, like name of the person, from whom you are purchasing, to whom you are selling, to whom you are returning goods, and from whom you are getting goods back, right? The name of the person with the quantity and amount, right? That you have to give here. Then again you have to deduct trade discount, right? Then you have to add CGST, SGST, mean GST at the end. Similarly, all these 4 books we have to do the same procedure. Then what you have to write? Only this name will be changed, because you all know that in the question your debit note number is not given in the question, so leave it. But we have to change the name, right? If you are making purchase return book, then you have to write debit note number. If you are making sales return book, then you have to write down your credit note number. Otherwise invoice number for purchase book and sales book. Then ledger folio, that is same for every book. In details, same amounts are there, so no need to change the name. Then here, the book you are maintaining, you have to write down the name of that. If you are if you are maintaining purchase book, write down purchases. If you are maintaining sales book, write down sales here. If you are maintaining purchase return book, write down purchases return. If you are making sales return book, then write down sales return. That's it. Then CGST, SGST total will be same. So means there is no changes for recording the transactions in the books. Everything will be same except these 2 columns. One is debit note, means one this column, another one is the name of the book that you are maintaining. Otherwise the treatment is same. Only one main thing you have to keep in your mind. That thing is, if you are maintaining purchase book, then you have to consider only and only purchases. No sales, no returns. If you are maintaining sales books, then you have to ignore purchases and returns. If you are maintaining purchase return book, then you have to ignore purchases, sales and sales return. And if you are maintaining sales return book, then you have to ignore purchases, sales and purchase return. Means whatever book you are maintaining, you have to record transactions according to that particular book only. Means particular nature only. If you are making sales book, then all the transactions will be of sales nature only, means income nature only. Nothing else you have to record. Next important thing that you all know, that only credit based transactions will be recorded, right? Next is you have to ignore all the cash based expenses. Means if in the question there is like cartage paid, stationery paid, so please ignore, because that is a part of proper journal or journal proper, right? So firstly we will discuss all four of these, then at last in my next video I will just make a proper video for this particular topic. This is very simple, but still I will just inform you whatever you have to record in journal proper. So now let's talk about these four books. So you have to ignore all the cash based expenses, all the transactions that are related to cash. Moreover, you have to ignore all the assets, right? And the most important thing, you have to record all the transactions that are related to that particular business. That this is very important. If the dealer is deals in any garments business, then you have to record only and only garment based transactions. If a person is dealing in any you can say that grocery business, then you have record all the transaction according to that particular business. So these all 3 and 4 most important things you have to keep in your mind while maintaining these 4 books, right? Otherwise the format is same, the treatment is same, and recording of transactions is same. No changes are there except these 2 columns. Otherwise the whole treatment is same. So you can try your second question of sales book, right? Even you can try your first question of all these 4 books. Purchase books question you have already done, so just leave it. Now what you have to do, you just have to try the very first question of your sales book, then purchase return book and sales return. You will see that there are no changes. If some students are having difficulty, like how we will come to know that whether this is purchase return or sale return. See, if we are giving goods back to any person, that is called purchase return. Means if the firm is giving back goods to the supplier, right, that is purchase return. But if customers are giving goods back to us, means the customers are returning goods back to us, that is a case of sales return. So how you can come to know? So if there are the statement says that the goods returned to Mr. Lal. To Mr. Lal means we are giving goods back to Mr. Lal. Mr. Lal is our supplier. So that is a case of purchase return. So this is not like, this will not be specified in the question that this is a case of purchase return, sales return. The question will be like that. The goods returned by Mr. Ram to Mr. Ram. Then through to and by words you have to judge that this is the case of purchase returns and this is the case of sales returns. Right? So these tips you have to keep in your minds. Otherwise the whole questions are very same. All are, the treatment is very same. So please try that at your home and send me the pictures of your solved questions. Right? I'll tell you the problems that you are having in that particular question, and we'll send you we'll try to solve all your queries. Right? Thank you so much. So please work hard. Please try all the questions. Thank you.